Good morning, dear students. I am audible. Good morning, dear students.
Good morning, sir.
So, welcome to analysis and design of algorithms. So, from today onwards, we are going to discuss greedy techniques. So, what is this greedy technique? So, it's one of the problem-solving technique. Once again, we have here we have a problem. Okay. So, in order to solve this problem, we have so many type of solutions. Like we can call them as basic feasible solutions. Okay, there may be many basic feasible. Like we have a basic feasible solution one, maybe basic feasible solution two, maybe basic feasible solution three, so on. There may be n number of basic feasible solutions. So among all these basic feasible solutions, one will be taken as a optimal. So, for example, this BFS2 may be considered as optimal. So, this technique is called as greedy technique. So, greedy means selfish. Okay. Identifying the best solution among the set of solutions is called as a greedy technique. Okay. So, will you take the definition? Shall I dictate? Dear students, shall I dictate? Will you take the definition of a greedy technique? Dear students, I am audible? Dear students, I am audible? Hello?
Yes,
Okay, I am going to dictate the definition of basic feasible, greedy technique. Will you take?
yes,
Barkotra?
sir.
Barkode definition. An optimization problem, an optimization problem can be solved, can be solved when we are given, when we are given, when we are given a set of constraints, a set of constraints and the conditions when we are given a set of constraints and an optimal function and an optimal function. We'll stop. We'll stop. A solution that satisfies a solution that satisfies the given constraints, the given constraints is called is called a feasible solution, is called a feasible solution. Full stop. A feasible solution may be a feasible solution may be optimal solution, may be optimal solution, or it may not be optimal solution. Next para. Next para. A feasible solution, a feasible solution for which the optimization function has the best possible value, is called optimal solution. Full stop. In other words, an optimal solution is a feasible solution that maximizes the profit, or minimizes the loss, So next, under this, we shall take Prim's algorithm. Before understanding Prim's algorithm, we need to understand spanning trees. So we will take spanning trees. Minimum spanning trees. Before we need to understand minimum spanning tree, we have to understand spanning tree. What is actually spanning tree? Then only we can understand what is the minimum spanning tree. So that is why we will take the definition of a spanning tree. So, definition and so definition tawali. Barkotra, shall I dictate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A spanning tree is a tree in which all nodes are connected, without forming a closed path. Formally, a spanning tree of graph G is defined as a subgraph G dash is equals to V dash comma E dash. G dash is equals to V dash comma E dash with the following properties. First one, V dash is equals to V. V dash ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ? Number of vertices ಅಂತ. Second property, G dash is connected. Connected means all the vertices are interlinked to each other. There should not be any isolated vertex. Third one, G dash is acyclic. Acyclic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಯಾವುದೇ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು, ಲೂಪ್ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. Okay, closed path is called as a loop. These are the three properties of a spanning tree. Spanning tree is a tree in which all the nodes are connected without forming a cycle, without forming a closed path or circuit ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಒಂದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೀ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಟೈಸಸ್ v dash is equals to v. G dash is connected means there should not be any isolated vertex. G dash is acyclic ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಪಾತ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಿವನ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನಿಂಗ್ ಟ್ರೀ. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So example we will take. Shall I rub this, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I will take an example. Ellaru bakkolego. This is very interesting. So ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳಿ. So whether this is a graph, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಹೌದೋ ಅಲ್ವೋ?
Yes, sir.
Of course, this is a graph. My question for all of you, whether this can be a spanning tree, ಹೌದೋ ಅಲ್ವೋ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲ? ರೀಸನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕಪ್ಪ?
ಸೈಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್.
ಓಕೆ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸೋ ಮಚ್. ನೋಡಿ, ನೀವು ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ? ಸೈಕಲ್ ಇದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್.
Yes, sir.
So that is why we cannot declare this graph as a spanning tree. Okay? Okay?
Okay, sir.
Fine. So ಈಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಇಂದ we can generate spanning trees. How? We shall see now. Can this be a spanning tree? A.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Acyclic subgraph ಇದೆ sir.
So it is a subgraph ಒಂದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ there is no cycle. Okay, there is no cycle. ಸರಿನಾ? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is a spanning tree. Okay, next T ಅಂತ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. Can this be a spanning tree? B.
Sir.
Yes, it is also a spanning. Next, we shall go to C. My question for all of you, whether this is a spanning tree?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Of course, this is also a spanning tree because it is also a subgraph and it is never going to form a loop or a cycle. Next, we shall take another one. Can you see? Okay. The last one. So whether this is going to be a spanning tree?
Yes, sir.
Of course. Now the thing is, A, B, C, D. They are all the spanning trees generated from the graph G. If this is a G graph, so these A, B, C, D, they are nothing but the spanning trees generated from the graph G. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fine, fine, no problem. Now the thing is, we have to find out the cost of these spanning trees. How to find out the cost? Just sum up the cost. Even now, weights at the calculator. 10, 20, 30, 40, any thereabout. So these are called as a weighted graph at the calculator because all the edges they will contain some weights. Okay. So 10, 20, 30, 40, they will be declared as the weights. Now, what is the cost of spanning tree A? You sum up the cost, sum up the weights of the edges.
70.
So we have 70, very good, because 10 plus 20, 30, 30 plus 40, 70. What about the cost of B?
80.
Fine, it is 80. Then what is the cost of C?
60.
It is 60. What is the cost of
90.
So we have four costs here. One is 70, second one is 80, third one is 60, and fourth one is 90. So among all these four, among this A, B, C, D, which one having the lower cost?
Graph C.
Graph C.
So this will be having the lower cost, and the cost is
60.
60. So C will be declared as what?
Option is minimum spanning.
C will be declared as
Minimum spanning.
Spanning tree.
minimum.
Spanning tree.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
This is called as spanning tree and minimum spanning tree. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So you take the definition of minimum spanning tree. Percolate definition. A minimum spanning tree. A minimum spanning tree of a given graph G of a given graph G of a given graph G is a spanning tree is a spanning tree whose cost is minimum. Whose cost is minimum. Applications ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Applications of spanning trees. Spanning trees. First, number one, they are helpful in routing applications. They are helpful in routing applications. Second one, communication networks. Communication networks. Colon. The minimum spanning tree can be used in many of the applications for establishing computer connectivity located in different city. So this is some of the applications. Next, we shall go to Prim's algorithm. Okay. So, reading ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ Prim's algorithm. Shall I rub this, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, reading Prim's algorithm. Okay, you take the definition. Sorry. Prim's algorithm is used to find the minimum spanning tree of a given graph. Is used to find minimum spanning tree of a given graph. Okay. If if C of I comma j, if C of I comma j is the cost is the cost between two cities bracket ಅಲ್ಲಿ vertices ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ between two cities I and J I and J I and J comma if the communication link between two cities bracket ಅಲ್ಲಿ vertices between two cities bracket ಅಲ್ಲಿ vertices I and J I and J I and J is not feasible then that cost can be represented using infinity okay. Okay. Now we'll take how we shall take this cost adjacency matrix for solving minimum spanning tree. I will take an example. 1, 2. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ So this is the graph. So if you consider this graph, how to generate the cost adjacency matrix from this graph? That is the thing. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ graph have you copied the graph, dear students?
Yes, sir.
Now I have given the information about generating the adjacency matrix in my lab on Saturday. Yes, adjacency matrix ನಿಮಗೆ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ?
Yes, sir.
ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆನ್ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಗಿವ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫೋಕಸ್. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ವರ್ಟಿಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹಿಯರ್?
6.
6. So we have to create a cost adjacency matrix of dimension
6 cross 6.
very good. 6 cross 6. So 6 columns. Okay, 6 rows. Okay. So we have a matrix of dimension 6 cross 6, 6 rows and 6 columns. Name the columns. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Name the rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then now you see the matrix, I mean graph. Then you fill the values. Now you have a values ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಿ. Okay, ನೋಡಿ. Cost of visiting 1 to 1. Cost of visiting 1 to 1.
0.
0. Cost of visiting 2 to 2.
0.
0. 2 to 2. Cost of visiting 3 to 3.
0.
0.
0. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
0.
0. So rest of the things is also 0. Next, 1 to, ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಇದೆ, 1 to 2. 1 to 2. This is bidirectional. ನೀವು ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ತಗೋಬಹುದು. 1 to 2 ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು?
25.
25. 1 to 3 ಎಷ್ಟು?
15.
1 to 4?
55.
1 to 4?
55.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲೋ ಸಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ಆ ತರ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಡ್ಜಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎಡ್ಜ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? ಆ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ
Infinity.
ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 1 to 5.
Infinity. Infinity.
1 to 5.
Infinity.
Infinity. 1 to 6.
0.
1 to 6.
Infinity.
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 Next, 2 to 1.
25.
2 to 1. So this is not a directional.
25.
25. Next, 2 to 3.
Infinity.
Fine. 2 to 4.
30.
30.
2 to 5.
40.
10.
2 to 5. 40. Very good. 2 to 6.
35.
3 to 1,
15.
15.
3 to 2,
Infinity.
3 to 4, ಹೌದಾ 3 into 4 ಇಲ್ಲ 3 to 5,
20.
3 to 6,
20.
3 to 6,
45.
Infinity.
Infinity.
4 to 1, 4 to 2,
Infinity.
4 to 2,
30.
4 to 3,
30.
4 to 3,
Infinity.
infinite,
Sir.
4 to 5,
10.
10.
4 to 6,
50.
50.
5 to 1,
Infinity.
5 to 2,
40.
40.
5 to 3,
20.
5
20.
to 4,
10.
10.
5 to 6,
45.
45.
6 to 1,
Infinity.
Infinity.
6 to 2,
In 35.
35.
6 to 3,
Infinity.
Infinity.
6 to 4,
50.
50.
50.
45.
6 to 5.
45.
45.
So this is called as
Cost of adjacency matrix.
cost adjacency
Matrix.
matrix. Got it?
Okay.
ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ?
Yes, sir.
Color of this
Okay, sir.
ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ಗೋರಿದಮ್ ಬಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮಗೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. So next algorithm print. Algorithm print. So input n comma w. n ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What means n?
Number of surface.
W ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Weight.
weight matrix ಅಂತೀವಿ. weight matrix ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇ, ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆನ್ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಒಂದೇನೆ, ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್. weight matrix ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆನ್ಸಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್. So cost adjacency matrix can be represented by W, that is weight matrix. N means number of vertices. Okay, ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Step 1. So minimum equals So minimum equals 999 ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Can you represent infinity in computer?
No, sir.
So it's a huge value. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಒಂದು huge value ನ ನಾವು ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? 999 ಅಂತ. Okay? Next, source is equals to 0. Next, for I is equals to 0 to n minus 1. For j is equals to 0 to n minus 1. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ. If a of I comma j A of I comma j is not equals to 0 is not equals to 0 and A of I comma j less than or equal to minimum. Minimum is equals to A of I comma. And if get for get for. Step 2, for I is equals to 0 to n minus 1. S of I S of I is equals to 0. P of I equals to W of source comma I. P of I is equals to source. Get for so ಇಲ್ಲಿ W ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ weight matrix, T ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ distance traveled, P ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ path. So step 3 step 4 ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ನನ್ನ ಜಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ, shall I rub this?
Yes, sir.
So step 3, S of source is equals to 1. Sum is equals to 0. Then K is equals to 0. Then for I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. Find U and P of U. And B of U such that B of U is minimum. B of U is minimum and U belongs to B minus S. Add U to S. S means set of all vertices already visited. Select an edge with least cost. Least cost. Add cost to selected edge. Add cost to selected edge to get total cost. To get total cost. For every V belongs to V minus S, if W of U comma V less than V of B, D of V is equals to W of comma U. D of V is equals to U. Here if and for, then another and for. So here, step 3 I am going to write, step 4 it will be given to me because jaga illa adike. Step 4, if sum is greater than or equal to 9999, right spanning tree does not exist. Else spanning tree exist with cost, whatever the cost you are going to find out, you have to print that again. So this is the algorithm. ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ಗೋರಿದಮ್, ನೋಡಿ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ one statement which is present in the core part of the algorithm, and this will be repeated maximum number of times. So this will be taken as a basic operation. So basic operation ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಲೂಪ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲೂಪ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಮಗೆ. So this is a I loop ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. So that is summation I to I is equals to 1 to ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? I is equals to 1 to
n minus 1.
n minus 1. One loop ಸಿಕ್ತು ನನಗೆ. So next to ನೋಡಿ, you find the u and v of u such that ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, this is also a loop. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು loop. So this will be taken as a is equals to 1 to n minus 1. For all this will be done. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ I loop ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸಬ್ ಲೂಪ್. So that is why this is j loop ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. So next to ನೋಡಿ, for every ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ. For every v belongs to v minus s. So this is also going to be taken as a for loop. So this will be taken because inside this for loop everything has been embedded alpha. So end for, so that is why plus in sigma v is equals to 1 to n minus 1. So inside that the Conditional, that is conditional statement, that is comparison statement is basic operation. For all this much, one time this basic operation is. Color of this so that I can solve the analysis. Other slide, bro. Dear students, shall I rub this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So ನೋಡಿ ಈಗ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡುವ. That is sigma I is equals to 1 to n minus 1, sigma j is equals to 1 to n minus 1 plus sigma v is equals to 1 to n minus 1. One time basic operation will be done. So is equals to, so keep this summation as it is, I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. Then we have, first we are going to split both of them, okay. So n minus 1 plus 1, okay, n minus 1 plus 1, okay, sorry, this is n minus 1, so you take both of them 0, so this is also starts from 0, we have the 0 in the cover, so n minus 1 minus 0 plus 1, this will be taken one term for this summation, plus we have n minus 1 minus 0 plus 1. So summation is equals to 1 to n minus 1. So only plus 1 minus 1 cancel, plus 1 minus 1 cancel, n plus n, 2n, n plus n, 2n. So if you take 2n outside, 2n, summation I is equals to 1 to n minus 1. If there is nothing, it means 1. So 2n into n minus 1 upper limit minus lower limit plus 1 is equals to 2n. So this plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 cancels. 2n into n minus 1, which is nothing but 2n square minus 2n. So the highest polynomial of degree is 2. This is a quadratic equation. Polynomial is to degree 2. So hence it is approximately equals to n square, round off. Okay. So and n antandre ಏನು we know that what is n? N means number of vertices. So hence f of n is approximately equals to theta of b square, because n represents number of vertices. So this is the analysis part of this algorithm. This is to percode it. I am going to stop here because time is over. If you have any queries, you can ask me. I request all of you give your attendance in the chat box. Next class, I am going to solve the problem. Algorithm method, time complexity analysis part. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? I request all of you give your attendance in the chat box. Have you copied, dear students? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for joining my session, madam. In the next class, I am going to take the problem.